I'm Dick Strawbridge, and along with my wife Angel and our 2 children, we left the UK for a whole new life in France and bought this magnificent chateau. We've gradually been making it into our home as well as running it as a business.
That's a long way up.
But it turns out we're not alone, as dozens of Brits are doing exactly the same thing.
Sometimes you have to pinch yourself to think, I own that.
In this series, Angel and I will reveal more about our journey as chateau owners.
Quite a lot of scrap here, it's worth money. Might be able to pay you this time.
And guide these daring Brits where we can.
It's a solid old bridge, matey.
As they renovate.
This is looking good, I'm quite happy with this.
Repair.
I've never done this before, so it should be all right.
And struggle to transform these buildings into their homes and businesses.
Go, 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 go. Absolutely magnificent.
This is the glamorous chateau life that everyone thinks I need. Trying to avoid getting my face near the toilets here.
This is not the way to make money.
But however hard the going gets, these plucky Brits can always say they're kings and queens of their very own castles.
Cheers. Chin chin.
Today,
Hi, guys.
2 rookie chateau managers struggle with their sales pitch.
It's a lot worse than it looks. I'm going to turn that into a bar.
Okay.
And each other.
I don't think it's going to bother anyone.
It'll bother me.
A couple make some unexpected discoveries at their chateau in the Loire Valley.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
Some surprising,
Motherload!
others rather worrying.
Alex has found some dangerous chemicals in there.
And as one couple start the search for their fairy tale chateau,
Oh, stunning. Beauty et le beast.
This room, it just makes me want a 12.
Angel and I give them some invaluable advice.
Are you serious? You're buying a chateau?
Walk up it, but the chickens will roost on it.
I'm Dick Strawbridge, engineer and former lieutenant colonel in the British Army. With my wife Angela, we've been renovating our chateau into a home and business.
This is my calling in life.
It's not been easy.
I think I'm a bit too old for this.
But what people don't realise is the hard work starts before you even get the keys.
What do you think, Abernathy? Gonna go find a chateau?
Meet chateau shoppers Johnny and his American-born partner, Ashley. He's an artist, she's a television producer, and they want to buy their very own castle.
The dream for both of us is to find a chateau, something that's got, obviously, history. A lot of them are in the ruined state. We're talking no roofs, walls that are falling down. And the beautiful thing in France, there's so many properties like that out there.
Yeah, we're just so excited about it. And then to just bring it back to life, I think that's the most exciting part.
After meeting a year ago, they set up home near Montpellier in the south of France, in a small townhouse in the medieval town of Pézenas.
Just to live amongst history is such a dream. In America, you don't get buildings that old, ever. It's just so exciting.
Artist Johnny has his own gallery and workshop here.
It's actually a famous town for artisans. That's one of the reasons that we picked to live here.
He's got hundreds of pieces of artwork taking up space in his gallery and their small home. Plus, they share an addiction.
Our passion is antiquing.
We're kind of like magpies. So this, for instance, is just probably 1% of a glimmer of our personality, right? Things that we've collected all the way around France.
So they're taking the plunge and buying something big, very big.
So we've done the math, and I think we come out with E equals MC chateau, right?
They're also hoping their chateau will provide them with a whole new business.
We want to be able to have a gallery and a big workshop, but also in the future a cafe. So the more space, the better.
Yeah.
But before they start the search for their dream home, they've asked me and Angel for some advice. Ashley's jetted off to the States for work, but Johnny's driven from the south of France to meet us at our place.
Oh, my God. Well, first impression, hey? Oh, this is awesome. Actually, I really wish that we'd found this one before Dick and Angel. They have got a beauty here, they really have.
Hiya, Johnny. How you doing, fella? How's the journey?
It was long. Lovely to meet you.
Good to see you, mate.
I'm lost for words. Honestly, I really am.
We actually searched long and hard.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a matter of just sort of turning up, finding a chateau and moving in.
Yeah.
Do you know how big you're looking for?
Well, the bigger the better. I mean, who doesn't want a big French chateau? Okay.
This is small. This is classed as small chateau. Let's go see Angela. Let's go meet Angela.
Should we do that? Thank you.
Hey, gorgeous!
Oh, wow.
Hello. How are you?
Hello, darling. Nice to meet you.
If we're going to give Johnny a few pointers on buying a chateau, we need to know a bit more about what he and Ashley are after.
Cheers.
Thank you so much for having me, guys.
Mate. So, are you serious? You're buying a chateau? You're that stupid? Have you thought about this?
For us, a chateau, it's the beauty of the old stone, the architecture. It's the history that goes into it. You know, the worn floors that servants have walked over for generations and generations, serving their masters or the family above, and just being part of that and feeling it, you know?
He is that stupid.
How long have you been together now?
Just over a year, actually.
I think that the commitment is absolutely huge. If you've got the same values, you'll get through it. And we work our socks off, don't we? Building what we've got for the children and what have you. And when you've got that dream, you put the hard work in.
Yeah, we want to start off small with like a little bed and breakfast, build up to a bit more boutique style hotel.
Yeah.
But the big draw card really is looking for a chateau that's got outbuildings so that I can have my big workshop, so I can have my art gallery.
I think the best thing we can do is have a little look at some things and just sort of give you a bit of guidance as to what to look out for and what to be scared of.
Sure.
Because, you know... I'll try not to scare him, but I don't think Johnny has a clue how much he's bitten off when it comes to choosing a chateau. Just 25 miles north of ours is another chateau. The 17th century Chateau Bayeux. It has 30 rooms and sits in 6 acres of land. It lies in the Pays de la Loire region of France and is rented by estate agents Philip and Angelina Bailey-Smith.
All right, home sweet home.
Bored of the London rat race, they moved to France where they got married. Now they're renting the chateau to see if they want to make the move and buy their own castle.
I thought, let's rent first, but we get to genuinely experience the life that we were planning on buying into.
Try before you buy.
Yeah, something
There
like that.
you go.
It costs us about 40,000 euros a year to be here. And by the time you put in your heating costs, all the rest of it.
They can only afford to live here by continuing their estate agent business in London. But to help make ends meet, and decide if they want to buy their own chateau, they are now going to hire out the chateau for events.
We've been in the UK for 3 weeks. Best turn the water back on. Watch yourself.
Today they're meeting a local English couple who have agreed to have their anniversary party here.
This is where the stopcock is.
It's under a lot of foam, keep it from freezing.
I'm glad you're doing it, not me.
Water's on.
This will be Phil and Angelina's first booking.
We can afford to stay in a place like this, but it's absolutely pointless unless you're going to run a business out of it. This event coming up this summer is our dry run. We really need to make sure it goes off without a hitch.
The couple coming today want to discuss the finer details of their big party.
It's always quite stressful when I've got these guests coming up, and I've probably got under an hour to tidy up lots of rooms, get ready, get the dog out of the way as well. Lightning, come. Good boy.
But having clean rooms and a clean dog are the least of their worries. The guest toilets have a serious damp problem.
Oh, wow. That's quite mean.
Whatever damp-proof membrane was on this wall was holding the water.
You might not want to touch that.
And the outdoors entertainment needs a bit of work.
I'll turn that into a bath.
Ah, yeah, I agree.
But this is my plan. Put a tilt in this so there's a run and we put a roof on it.
How about a Perspex roof?
Perspex looks like it's cheap and quick. If you've got white canvas, it's got the wedding-y sort of
vintage,
shabby chic feel to it.
Yeah.
And here,
I don't think it's going to bother anyone.
it'll bother me.
With their party clients due to arrive at any moment, Phil and Angelina have to focus less on the shabby and more on the chic.
To make their day as special as we found our wedding here, maybe with a little bit of luck, they can see through the mess and we're all good.
They're here. Hi, guys.
Retired pilot Chris and his wife Roseanne have lived in this part of France for 12 years and have agreed to celebrate their golden wedding anniversary in Phil and Angelina's chateau. They're joined by the son Kristen, who will be the DJ on the big day.
Nice to see you.
Chris has been away most of our married life, flying, and we haven't been able to celebrate many anniversaries, so this is going to be really special for us.
I mean, 50 years, it's a lifetime, isn't it? I suppose.
It's not very good, does it?
Shall we go in?
A lot depends on how the next few hours go. It's not just the booking that could be in question, but the couple's plans for a future in their very own chateau.
We don't get it right for these guys in this day, we'll probably think about maybe this isn't for us. I just really hope that's not the case.
This is the magnificent Chateau de Montiel. It's the home of British couple Michael and Jonathan. Located in the Loire Valley, they bought this place in 2014 for just over £750,000.
It was the same price as our flat in London. That's how ridiculous it was. We thought it was too good an opportunity to miss.
Back then, the place looked very different.
The first sight of it in the flesh, rather than the estate agent's details, was wow. I think it was even more wow because it was so neglected. There were trees growing out of the moat where we're sitting at the moment. I think it was up here somewhere. I mean, you could get lost in it. There's goats. There was thorns and thistles and ivy and trees and ponies and donkeys and goats. The challenge was superhuman, and that's what appealed to the two of us.
With the help of investors, they've converted it into 15 holiday apartments and a location for weddings. But they're struggling to make a profit. So this year is make or break.
John and I don't earn anything out of this until it starts making money. We're now 2 years down the line. It's still not making a profit. So we've got a year on a very, very frugal budget to go. And then we've got to make the decision, can we still sustain the two of us being here?
They're doing everything they can to keep costs down. One way of doing that is to use volunteers.
We have a system of volunteers that come from all over the world to give us a hand. So these guys come along, give us their skills that we haven't got the aptitude to do, and then we give them food and lodging. Barter works for all of us.
Today, the volunteers are going to help Michael and Jonathan search some unexplored caves in the chateau's dry moat. They're hoping they might uncover some surprises that could make or save them some much-needed cash.
All the stone around the moat, etc., was dug out to build this chateau. So this stone for this building has come from these moats and these caves.
And we still haven't been in all the caves. There's still some that are unexplored. We just haven't had the time because we've been so busy with this.
Who knows what secrets lie hidden in some of these caves?
This entrance could have been blocked up for several decades, perhaps even centuries. And eventually, we hope to see what mysteries lie behind it. There's a lot of local rumours about a tunnel system and treasure.
The caves they're exploring today lie just off the entrance tunnel to Chateau de Montiel's dry moat.
If there's anything dangerous, just shout out. Don't try to deal with it. If you find any treasure, it's mine.
Mine.
Otherwise, let's have some fun. Does it open up? Come on, then. That's a good start. OK. Come on in. So, building materials need to go into the cave next door. Anything that you think can be recycled, we'll put in one pile. Superb. Let's get stuck in. That's rubbish, Michael. Hey, what is... Wow. Oh, my goodness. Michael?
They've only been working 5 minutes when the cave throws up a surprise.
Michael, Well, where's that from, then?
When you see things like this often to do at the Revolution. The heads have been chopped off and the hands have been chopped off.
In 1794, when the peasants came through this part of the country, they vandalised any images of nobility. These statues were made before then. Jonathan believes way before then.
We know there was a medieval manor house on the same site of the chateau today, and we know that the chateau's been built piece by piece. The earliest bit that we've got at the moment dates from 1530, but this is pre-that even, which we just need to keep now. We need to show it, display it, get it up so that everybody who comes to the chateau can see it. And it's fantastic to find something like that. Really good.
But just as things are looking up,
Alex has found some dangerous chemicals in there.
How do they dangerous?
Because it's got dangerous written on the bloody barrel.
Back to our place in northwest France. Aspiring chateau buyer Johnny has come for some advice. It might be a dream to own a fairy tale castle with turrets and towers, but buy the wrong place and it can turn into a nightmare. So we've got some simple tips.
There are a lot of stairs.
Yeah. Hold on. We've come up 3 flights. Have a look at this next bit. Oh, wow. And there's another floor above this.
You're young and it doesn't matter. But if you are thinking of having this as a business, you do have to keep that sort of thing in mind.
Keep walking upstairs. You've had too much of a breather. I like to see people doing it in a oneer. Tip number 1. Don't worry about the ceiling. It's the roof that matters. Do you see the little stainless steel clips on the tiles? That's new roof.
Right, yeah.
That is a new roof.
Sure.
So when you're looking around, that has had a problem. It is now fixed.
Yes.
And that says it's been maintained.
Okay.
Tip 2, think about the heating. So this is a thermal store where we store all of our hot water. And if you can actually have an efficient system of heating, it's in your best interest. Anything that helps you get cheaper energy, you take somebody's arm off about here because the bills are big.
Yeah.
Tip 3, never underestimate the plumbing. This little bad boy here, the old poop tube.
Poop tube.
If you are in the bathroom in the botanical suite on that side, your poo has to go over to our septic tank over in this side.
Okay.
And Angela, you didn't want any external pipes?
I didn't.
No.
Sorry.
So consequently, we had to find a route through the house for the pipes, and it has to drop 25 mils per metre, or an inch per yard, basically. Yeah. So you get a progression of a slope down, so the poop keeps moving. You have to think about really boring things like gravity. For us, the plumbing and electric, with all the piping, with the thermal store, with the radiators, there'll be no change in 25k. Yeah.
I mean, thus far, all we've done is talked about where we, cosmetic stuff, because that's what you do, you get excited. You think about how it's going to be projected, you think of pallets and what linen you want. But I must say, hearing this, it's quite scary because you do have to think, don't you?
I think the penny's finally beginning to drop. Next, keep an eye out for creepy crawlies. See this? This is woodworm. And there's rot and there's various things in there. But, things like this have all been treated now. None of this bothers me. Further south, where you are, there's a line. And down below that line, there's the things that sort of eat lots. Yeah.
Termites?
You better believe it. Your area, termites are phenomenal. Woodworm is relatively easy to treat. But if Johnny does choose a place down south, he'll need to check for termites because they can be costly. Come on, let's go down another floor. I just hope we haven't turned him off the idea of chateau life completely. There's lots of things that sound like there's problems, but in the end of the day, you get to live somewhere that is actually quite special. And I've got something to show Johnny that will fire up his imagination. "25 miles north, Philip and Angelina are showing Chris and Roseanne around their chateau.
Nice to see you.
They've already agreed to have their 50th wedding anniversary here. Today they're finalising the details, but with more than 30 other chateaux already up and running as event locations within 100 miles of here, Philip and Angelina don't want to cause them to reconsider.
Here's an idea, right? It's not often you get to 50-year anniversary. Are you interested to renew your vows? There's a chapel, at the back.
Yeah. After 50 years of marriage, you're allowed to say no.
No, that would be good. It's something I hadn't thought about, had you?
Would I marry you again? Yeah, of course I would.
So you had his fingers crossed.
How about, as the starting point, shall we just have a look at that and we'll go from there? Yeah?
First up is the entrance hall, which was used as a dining room for Philip and Angelina's wedding.
This room will be lovely.
But for this anniversary party, Philip thinks it would be better used as a thoroughfare into the garden.
If we move one of these tables back against the radiator there, they've got the champagne, they grab it themselves, and we're into the back garden before the party starts. You see me do a toast.
But do we actually want a toast?
I think so.
Yeah. It's, you're marking a day that's special. We're doing it in a great setting.
The toilet's behind there?
Yeah.
How many we got?
We've got 2. However, here we go.
After you.
It's loo time.
Yeah, toilets.
Don't be shy.
Like, these are the 2 toilets?
Yeah, they'll be unisex, so downstairs, they're easy to get to.
Yeah. Needs a little bit.
It needs a little bit of work until it's used. It'll be fine. It's a lot worse than it looks, so I don't want to scare you.
Pretty disgusting, actually.
Is that a family loo? You've got 2 in there?
At the same time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Phil. I couldn't invite anybody into those loos.
As I couldn't even use them myself. I'm going to get rid of whatever's causing the issue, redo the wall up there. It'll probably just be plain white.
But you can assure me they're both going to be flushing loos, and it's going to look a lot prettier.
Yeah.
But I look forward to seeing them afterwards. It'll be interesting.
It's what we do outside. It counts.
Oh, I'd get them out onto the terrace pretty quick, Phil.
There'll be some seating here, we'll spread around, and I'm going to turn that into a bar.
OK.
Yeah, you've got to have a bit of imagination. Picture this stuff is not going to be here.
Yeah.
OK.
They have a wine fridge, ice machine.
You're going to do the DJing at the party. Would you put your stuff in here and we have actually the majority of the party here?
The lighting and the speakers, it needs to be under cover, really, so ideally we need to be in the marquee.
OK.
It was in the marquee?
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
OK.
Can I assume all that's going to be cleared up out there?
You mean you don't like fallen trees as part of the backdrop? A little bit of faith is all I ask, with a little luck and a lot of work.
Just out of curiosity,
yeah,
have we discussed food? When we did our 60th, we did a barbecue in the garden.
Yeah. There's all sorts of different options.
Barbecue?
Yeah, it depends on what you think. I mean,
Barbecue.
It's barbecue and a buffet style. If it's hot...
Just let us know and then we can have a look at what we can do. Right, shall we go and have a look in the back garden, see how we'll lay it out?
In the Loire Valley sits the magnificent Chateau de Montiel. Owned by couple Michael and Jonathan, they and a band of volunteers have been clearing out one of the unexplored caves that come off the chateau's dry moat. They found some medieval statues.
It was fantastic to find something like that.
But a minute later, one of the volunteers found something a bit more sinister.
Alex has found some dangerous chemicals in there.
How do you know they're dangerous?
Because it's got dangerous written on the barrel.
Michael finds a clue to what the barrels may contain.
Someone's written on the wall 62 doses for 30 litres of petrol. So they're mixing petrol with something. So that could explain why we've got all these toxic fluids back here. What would you mix with petrol? No idea.
Some of the barrels contain vegetable oil left over from the chateau's hospital days. Could it be that they were mixing it with petrol to try and increase their stock of fuel? Back then, engines could tolerate less pure forms of fuel than today. I certainly wouldn't use that instead of unleaded.
These chemicals that you've found in these barrels, we can't really handle them because if it's got dangerous and toxic on it, you have to get a special contractor to come in, fill in lots of paperwork, and they have to dispose of it. If we leave that, is there anything else in there, Alex, or just those?
And some wine.
Some
and bottles.
Hey, Mother Lode, we've found some wine.
All right, stop work.
We've got, what, about 4 or 5 cases of wine. What are they, Alex? 1995, look.
Yeah, 96.
Côte de Beaune, Côte de Beaune. They're covered in dust. Look at the label on that, how mouldy it is. So this is a different one then. This is a Bordeaux-shaped bottle. Chateau La Perrière. It's 1992. My God, heavens to Betsy. Have you seen this, Michael?
No, I heard you though.
Yeah, there's a great stock of wine here. Look at this stuff. 25-year-old Bordeaux.
Opening crew 92.
That's 25 years ago. 25-year-old bottle of wine. Have a look.
Well, that's tonight sorted.
What a result! The statues will benefit the chateau and make a beautiful frieze in its entrance hall. And the wine, if it's still in good nick, can be the reward for finding the statues. I wouldn't mind trying some of that. As Michael sets about finding a place to store his booty, Jonathan heads to the other side of the dry moat, where one of the volunteers thinks he's discovered something in another unexplored cave.
So, what do you think? Have you had a look at it?
Quite sure there's water there.
At Mine and Angel's Place in northwest France, aspiring chateau owner Johnny has been getting a crash course in what to look for when you buy a chateau. Before he leaves, there's one last thing to show him.
I think you should take Johnny outside and show him some of the outbuildings.
Talk about studios, let's see what you get for free. I'm thinking about it. I know at the top of Johnny's wish list are some outhouses for his gallery and workshop.
So another story up here, right?
Yeah, so it's 3 stories.
Damn. Oh, this is huge. Oh, wow.
A couple of things I would say is most of them have not been used for a long time, so have a good think and have a look around. All this wood is original.
I'm probably more excited about the outbuildings than I do the chateau.
Tour over, there's one final bit of advice. Always think long term. We're talking commitment when you buy a chateau, yeah. So, you know, a puppy's not just for Christmas. A chateau's not just for that honeymoon period. It's the long flog. We looked for 4.5 years before we find this place.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go get some air. It's quite hot in here, isn't it?
Yeah, they get stuffy, right?
Yeah. Johnny and Ashley are at the beginning of an amazing chateau buying adventure.
How are you?
They are awesome.
I have to admit, I don't envy them. Don't be scared. We haven't ever regretted what we've done. It is so worth it. We're happy, darling, aren't we?
Yeah. Johnny, good luck.
Oh, thank you so much for all your advice and everything. I really appreciate it.
And don't forget, you've got the roof, the windows, the plumbing.
Nice one.
Have a nice shop, fella. I'll keep you posted.
Yeah,
Cheers,
make sure
matey.
you do.
Thanks, guys.
I hope we've taught him a thing or two today, and I can't wait to see what he and Ashley settle on. At Chateau Béal, in Goron, in northern France, Phil and Angelina are finalising the arrangement for Chris and Roseanne's 50th wedding anniversary celebrations.
We'll just cut around here.
Okay. This is a really long walk just to go for a dance.
Phil has agreed to erect a marquee for the party. He wants to place it at the back of the grounds, next to the moat, to give the best view of the chateau from the marquee entrance.
So the marquee go where, Phil?
I'm thinking the marquee goes lengthways here.
But Chris and Roseanne want it closer to the chateau.
Why not here?
I was hoping it was going to be back there.
OK.
That's a wonderful little spot over there.
Yeah.
They're going to sit over there and they're going to drink over there.
Phil is worried there won't be enough room for the guests if it's too close.
It's the summer. Most people are going to be in front of the marquee. If it's a great
You're
day...
allowing enough room for them to be outside.
Well, I was just thinking it was convenient.
It's your day. Why don't we have it somewhere in the middle? This is kind of the fake line for the back of it. That's your space.
Or would you rather it be the back of it, so
No,
it's close?
because you've got too little space at the front.
This is the shortest distance
Yes,
that
I
we'll
agree
do.
with you.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Good girl.
He's
Good girl.
right.
The tour's over, but Phil is worried.
I think we've done enough today, but anyone can walk away and change their mind afterwards. If I'm honest, given the condition of the house, I wouldn't blame them. I just hope that they can see through the mess, we can deal with the problems, and we're all good.
So he's cooked up a treat to win them over.
The French don't really do a Sunday roast. You can't go out and have one. No one else in Europe understands a Sunday roast apart from the English, so why not play on that, and hopefully that'll seal the deal. Let's not say anything too positive in case I jinx it.
So hungry. Claire, would you like me to sit?
Oh, anywhere you like.
Anywhere.
As with all Sunday roasts, timing is everything. Unfortunately, Phil is cooking in 2 kitchens at either end of the chateau.
Yeah, okay.
Is that Phil? Where's Phil?
He's coming, I can hear him.
Dinner.
They say to get 10,000 steps a day. It's not a problem in a house like this. So I'm running between a kitchen on one side of an 8,000 square foot house to the other to try to cook the meat, the potatoes, the rest of it, because the oven here, the glass has fallen out as I've tried to use it this morning. But you know what? It's a great experience for how things go wrong on an event and on a day, isn't it? So it doesn't really matter.
Trying to impress his guests could backfire on Phil. If he can't deliver a dinner for 5 on time, how's he going to cope with catering for more than 50?
You know the food's going to be absolutely delightful, but it's been a long time coming.
But Phil knows how to keep his clients on board.
You need help?
Just keep them entertained. Yeah. Keep the flow of conversation. Ply them with alcohol. Keep them happy. 10-minute delay, we'll survive. We're all good. Thankfully, the wine's flowing, so everyone will be all right. So. Hot stuff coming through.
Just 25 minutes late, dinner is finally served.
Okay.
Everyone's had plenty of drinks, so they are well...
They're ignoring the fact it's late. Okay.
Yes.
Good. Good.
Great. Thank you.
Enjoy your food. Sorry it's late. Here's July.
July. Yeah, lovely. Pork is so sweet. It's lovely.
English roast in a French chateau.
Very, very good.
The meal's a hit. But did the rather amateur chateau tour change their neighbours' minds?
The only mistake he made was having the marquee right at the back of the garden, and it was a long way away from everything. So persuading him now to do it closer to the chateau, it's going to be good.
If Phil comes up with what he says he's going to do, with a backdrop, which we've got here, it's going to be magnificent.
Jonathan, Michael and their volunteers are exploring just a few of the 30 caves at their chateau. And after a few surprises...
25-year-old Bordeaux. Motherload!
One of the volunteers, Cohen, thinks he's found another one.
Quite sure there's water there.
You are?
Yeah.
Really?
Jonathan's right to be excited. A free water source for a chateau this size could be worth thousands of pounds.
See, we thought this was a coal chute. We thought that they delivered the coal here, it dropped down the bottom, and you just pulled it out. So can you tell if I drop a stone how deep it is?
Well, I can make a guess, but...
Is that all right? Do you want to plop away then, Cohen?
Okay.
That's the moment of truth.
Whoa. A lot of stuff falls in now, but...
That's fantastic. So what we want, a bucket and a rope, find out how deep it is and what the water looks like that comes up.
Yeah.
Okay? This is the answer to our prayers. So I'm saying, you cannot believe how important this is, because the formal gardens are just at the top. We just have to go to the top here, and then we can feed just one pipe straight out there, and we can water the whole bloomin' lot.
That's great.
Fantastic. Oh, I can't tell you how made up I am.
Jonathan and Michael currently spend over £6,000 a year simply watering the garden.
The garden has been laid out in the old French style and takes a lot of water to keep the grass all green. The business relies on it because brides need bright green grass and their guests want flowers and the vegetable patch, the fruit trees, and need I go on? This is such an important find. I cannot tell you how excited how excited I am about it. It's just a lifesaver, really, bills-wise.
OK, I'll feed it through.
Show us your girl guides. Oh, you've done it.
Oh, yes.
Right.
We've created our makeshift bucket, and we'll see if we can find some water down in this well here.
OK. Off you go.
All right, go ahead.
OK.
I'm not the well expert.
Do you need to put a stone in the bottom of it so that it actually goes under the water, I think?
You have one in there?
We got one?
Going pretty deep.
Is that it?
Yeah. Okay, I think I have some water.
Superb.
Yes, there's water.
What colour is it? Well, that's not bad, actually. That's clear. Considering that water's been down there for I don't know how long, that's fantastic. We got water!
This could be a big money saver. Make no mistake. The chateau has its own water. You better tell Michael the good news.
Yes? Don't say it like that. I could now make your day, make your meal.
Whole week.
Yes, exactly. Now, you know this coal chute behind me here?
Yeah, there's a load of coal in there.
Well, it isn't a coal chute.
Well, what is it then, Batman?
It's a well.
Is there water in it?
It's a well, and it's full of water, and it's right next to the back garden.
Do you reckon we can get it up from there to the garden?
Yeah, you get a pump. So how much did we spend on water last year just for the garden?
€7,500 or something like that.
7.5. So how pleased are you?
Yeah, that's pretty good news. I think I can sort of say that you can take me out for dinner.
All right.
Great news. If we can get that pump up here, yeah, the maths would say about 7,000. Brilliant. Fantastic.
It's been a good day for Michael and Jonathan. But even if this well can provide enough water to cut down their bills, the only way to ensure the business doesn't sink is to secure a big wedding booking this summer.
Just to break even this year, we would need 13 weddings. We're currently at 5.
Brit Johnny has been to see me and Angel for some chateau shopping tips. 570 miles away, down in the south of France, he and his American partner Ashley are starting the search for their perfect castle at Chateau de Montiel.
It is a massive one built in the 16th century. It looks like it needs a lot of work, but it's exciting.
It's on the market for a fairly steep €520,000. But this is the south of France, where the warm climate and glam location means prices are high. Even places like this that need a fair bit of work.
Oh, wow.
It's nice.
It's
huge.
God.
The 20-room chateau comes with a separate 3-bedroom house, 5 holiday rentals, and plenty of outbuildings for Johnny's workshops. It's 170 grand over their 350 grand budget, but they're hoping they could get the price down.
Bonjour. Thank you. It's Johnny. It's Stephanie. Oui. Nice to meet you.
Bonjour, je suis Ashley.
Here we go, babe. Wow, babe. Look how big this is. Look at that.
It's the...
Oh, fire.
Ah.
Fire.
Wow. What a shame.
I know they were up for a project, but I worry this might be a little too much, especially with the state of that roof.
Babe, look up here. That's water, isn't it?
Yeah.
So water, fire, Ed. Okay.
Oh, stunning.
Big windows.
Some Beauty et le Beast.
Yes.
This room, it just makes me want a 12. How long has the property been vacant? Empty?
10.
10?
Yes.
Oui. Torch time. We need a miner's hat.
It was a restaurant.
Oh, restaurant.
Yes.
Oui. And then there was a fire.
Huh.
Here we have some he's and hers. This is quite nice here. Tap doesn't work. Toilet roll. Oh, look, there's a view, though. Broken dolls and empty bells.
Little baby shoes.
Look. Mama, Mom, boo-boo, what do you think? Oh, that's very creepy, right?
That's very creepy. Other room goes on and on and on. Oh, my goodness. I mean, my gosh, everything would have to come out.
That was one hell of a fire, eh? Can you imagine roaring right through?
Fire damage, water damage, This chateau is riddled with structural issues. I thought our place needed a lot of work.
Oh, look at this. This could be a nice big workshop.
Oh, wow. That's deep, right?
Yeah. If it was 300,000, even 350,000, I would say let's do it.
Yeah.
But 520
Yeah.
with all of the work, I don't know.
Mm. You're thinking no, right?
I'm thinking
They're the vibes
no.
I'm getting. Yeah.
I love it, but
Okay.
it's just too much work.
Sure.
We can't do that work by ourselves. I mean, it's missing floors.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I think you're right. Maybe not on this one. I think we'll let this one go.
I think it's the right decision. There's way too much to fix here, and potentially hundreds of thousands to spend.
We'll find our dream chateau.
We'll keep looking. It's not just finding a home. It will be the first place that we've brought together, laying down roots, and just getting something beautiful that's a monument, really, to France. Does it faze us? Yes. No, absolutely, it does. We're not naive. We know that it's going to be a really arduous journey.
He's not wrong. With thousands of chateaux out there, this task is going to be far from a simple one. In the Pays de la Loire, Philip and Angelina are already on their chateau adventure. They've just secured their first booking, a large anniversary party in 2 months' time, and have started the massive task of getting the place ready.
It's got lots of trees here, which obviously once upon a time had living gardeners to deal with. Unfortunately, I appear to have filled the role of the living gardener. I had high hopes for sitting on the patio, sipping wine with a newspaper. I was sorely mistaken.
Inside, Angelina has made a start on the interiors. She is upcycling second-hand furniture bought for next to nothing.
It cost me a third of the price than what it'll cost me to buy new. That's the only way I can afford to furnish each room. I always use chalk paint because it's what the room needs. It needs to be lighter, so it does bounce a lot more light and feels more airy and spacious. Not that the room isn't. I mean, it's pretty huge, but it's quite a dark room, so I think this is exactly what I wanted to achieve. That French chic look, exactly how you expect a chateau to be. Phil will absolutely love it when he sees it.
With the grounds to clear, an outdoor bar to build from scratch, and a serious damp problem in the guest toilets, Phil's got more on his plate than a ham and cheese panini.
It could be me being a little bit tired, a little bit grumpy from being out in the cold, but I don't think there's enough physical time between now and this party. What I'm bothered about is how much stuff I've got to do.
Yeah.
And you've got your own stuff. I can't keep an asking, and some of it you can't do anyway.
Okay, if you're about to cry, kind of prep me for that.
Oh, I might think about it. You get to the end of the day and you just sort of wonder why you did it all, because you're seeing pictures on social media of your friends out having a party or anything like, oh yeah, I remember that. Back in the day when I had a life, but if it's worth doing, it's not easy, is it?
Feel confident. It'll come together. Someone's got to be strong. Oh, yeah.
Next time,
Go.
caravanning Phil and Angelina style.
Rope snapped.
Johnny and Ashley view their next chateau.
Oh, babe, this is what we want, right?
But discover it's already occupied.
Oh, Dick will have a field day with this.
And Angel tries to help Michael and Jonathan cut down their bills.
Michael had a quote for flowers. I nearly spat out my tea.
But will it be enough to save their business?
If we don't break even this year, it would be a disaster.
This is me, Dick Strawbridge, my wife Angel, and our 2 children in our glorious French chateau.
We haven't ever regretted what we've done. It is so worth it.
We moved here 3 years ago to follow our dream of living life in our very own castle.
Oh my God!
But it's not been easy.
I think I'm a bit too old for this.
As dozens of other Brits know only too well.
Oops. Floor needs replacing as well.
Because it turns out we're not the only expats who have bought a French chateau.
Wow, absolutely love it.
25-year-old Bordeaux.
Motherload! In this series, we'll reveal how we're running our chateau as a business.
There's not a thing about making sausages that I don't find humorous.
I'm still finding things that I haven't seen.
And see how these daring Brits are running theirs.
Oh, whoa. This place is done up.
As they face the ups.
It's really beautiful.
This is a rare moment, but I am genuinely at peace.
And downs.
It's a lot worse than it looks.
Of their new lives in these crumbling and magnificent buildings.
It is a bit of a fantasy, living in a French chateau.
We might have a few problems on the way, but that's part of life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Today.
Stop it! Get away!
It's fun and games at one chateau as it's prepared for the arrival of its investors.
We need to get on top of it. Get on top of the goats.
Until the investors actually arrive, that is.
I was amazed how anti people were. I wasn't expecting quite the backlash.
It's a mad rush for one couple setting up an anniversary party at their chateau.
Loads of nails fell into that sink because just exhausted, really.
And a single mum struggles to get her chateau ready for a visit from the local mayor.
I'm rushing, thinking about Louis. Gravity, stay.
The beautiful Chateau de Montiel. It's managed by couple Michael and Jonathan.
We were civilly partnered 5 years ago on a very joyful occasion with all our family and friends, and everything was going great. And then we decided to buy a chateau.
They bought it for £750,000 4 years ago, and with the help of investors, have transformed it into what it is today.
It was great, it was fantastic, but then it all started to unravel.
We knew we were taking a risk. We didn't think it was going to be this big a risk.
Located in the Pays de la Loire, the chateau hasn't been making money. If they can't make it pay for itself by the end of the summer, they may have to quit.
This is our home, it's all we've got.
Everything we have is now invested in this, and so we haven't got a fallback option. All our eggs are in the one basket.
And over the next few days, these eggs could be under threat.
The Investors' Week is coming up. They can vote us out just as easily as they voted us in. Michael and I could lose our jobs. It's as simple as that.
So Michael and Jonathan have a plan for the chateau's banqueting hall that they hope will please the investors.
We ordered some artwork and they delivered it to the farm next door. So the farmer's kindly said that he'll bring it round here.
They're hoping this artwork will make the chateau more appealing to prospective wedding clients and, in turn, the investors.
We had some feedback from Bright who visit the place saying it looks a bit of a blank canvas. It's hard for them to visualise what it's going to look like.
Oh, look! He's brought it on a forklift truck. Oh, my God. Is it hitting the ground? Oh, my.
How much did you say that's worth?
10 grand.
They're worth 10 grand, but thrifty Jonathan actually got them for 5. It's crucial they aren't damaged.
Good on him.
Only in France. Fantastic.
Try and get that through the letterbox.
That's all right. He can see it. He can see it. Superb.
Merci, Jean-Denis.
Jean-Denis, ça va?
Très bien.
Merci bien pour ça.
Inside a 20 reproduction of famous French-themed paintings, most of them by French artists.
I'm so excited. I've never spent this much money. If you imagine going to the January sales with 10 grand in your pocket, that's how excited I am. I've never spent that much money. Never.
Bought a house once.
Yeah, but no, that's a paper transaction, isn't it? What are you doing? Hang on, you're ahead of me again.
You gotta go this way, you gotta go this way.
No,
There's nails this way.
Come on. I just want to see the top one.
Seen it.
Stop it! Get away! You're so horrible. No, I want to see what they're like. Oh, my God. Pull it off.
Should we be a bit more delicate?
No. Go. Take it. Oh, my God. I want to put it somewhere. Absolutely magnificent. These are digital restorations of the original. Now we need to get these into the banqueting hall. I can take 2.
Tomorrow they start the task of putting them up. 2.5 hours drive northwest of Jonathan and Michael is another chateau, Chateau Bayeux. It's the splendid home of husband and wife, Philip and Angelina Bailey-Smith.
There wasn't an argument. I said, we're going to go live here in a chateau in France. Showed her a picture. And, right, it was literally
No, it wasn't like, all right. It was like, yeah, I want it. Call them now. I want it. I'm signing.
They're renting the 17th century place in the Pays de la Loire region of northern France to try their hand at chateau life before deciding whether or not to buy their own.
To me, the dream of living in a chateau and making it pay for itself is alive and well, and I couldn't genuinely think of living back in London now. I couldn't.
As a first step to starting an events business at the chateau, Phil and Angelina have taken on the challenge of hosting a 50th wedding anniversary party. Over the last 8 weeks, they've cleared the grounds, built a bar, and even a bridge.
Last one's yours, fella.
Go on.
With a little help from yours truly. Well done. Now the big day has finally arrived.
Looks stunning. Really, really stunning.
And Phil and Angelina, joined by a few local helpers, are working flat out to get the chateau ready before the 50th anniversary couple arrive in 2 hours' time.
Phil, I'm just a bit worried about the amount of glitter ribbon. I just don't think I have enough.
With 60 guests expected, Phil wants to make sure the way to the party is well signposted.
It's a bit stressful if you park in the wrong place. French neighbours shouting, why are you parking in my driveway? And no, I don't, this isn't a party, this is my house. It's going to be a little bit embarrassing. It's also a bit stressful for the start of the party.
We need to make a sign that's nice and clear for all the visitors. So we found a beautiful frame that I bought. I think it's stunning, really full of character, very chateau-y. You have pencil?
No, I don't.
You have measuring tape?
Inside.
I'll go and get the ruler.
No, I don't need a ruler, I need a pencil.
Yeah, but I need straight line.
Oh, yeah, you get the ruler, I'll get a pencil will be helpful, thanks.
The pressure's starting to take its toll.
I'm going to pull one of these out. Give me 2 seconds to cut this first, thank you.
Okay.
Put your hands on that, like that, OK?
Sorry, Philly.
Yes. The arrow is left for the party.
Yes, that's right.
The arrow is
I
right
know
for the party.
about that arrow. Oh, my God, I just want to kill you now.
Never argue with a man with power tools. I've got to go off and get the tables and chairs, which shows me how far behind I am, because it means, once furniture starts to arrive, it's happening, isn't it? It's not a case of, uh-oh, I can get away with this. Bye.
Ciao.
Today's Phil and Angelina's own first wedding anniversary, but there's no time to celebrate. If today doesn't go well, they may have to give up their dream of a chateau life.
It's at the back of your mind, you're like, if I don't do it now and get it right, should we carry on this sort of thing, or shouldn't we? These are the tables and chairs. There won't be enough to seat everybody, but not everyone will eat at the same time. It's quite an informal affair they want in the evening. Never ending. I hope they appreciate it come the end of it. Typical. It's not glamorous, this, sometimes. It's just hard graft. We're doing it on a shoestring budget to try to start a business to see if it works on as little as possible. So we're doing 10 people's jobs.
Seating sorted, that's one more job done. But Phil's got plenty more on his plate.
We get it 75% right, we can carry on with this business. If we make a mess of this today, you're not cut out for that certain thing. And do you know what? Now I've thought about that, I can feel the pressure.
It's proving to be one of the hottest days of the year. Perfect for the party, less so for Angelina.
Because of the scale of the place, it's impossible. You end up like running 1,000 meters one way, then 1,000 another, and you're just exhausted, really. Well, I am now. I'm sweaty. Look at me, sweaty Betty.
There's now just 2 hours until the clients are due to arrive. And Phil seems to have forgotten his most pressing job of all.
toilets need to be cleared off?
Yeah.
It's about, what, 11?
I still haven't quite finished the toilets.
Unbelievably, after 8 weeks to prepare for this event, Phil still hasn't sorted out the abomination that is the guests' toilet. Just over 100 miles southeast, Alan, one of the volunteers at Chateau de Montiel, is helping Michael and Jonathan put up the newly acquired artwork in the banquet hall.
The first part is all about measuring it out and getting it levels. So then, hopefully by the end of the day, we should have all of those up. Knowing Jonathan, everything's going to be spot on, perfect, measured to within a millimetre. So I reckon the biggest challenge will be getting Jonathan happy.
Michael knows his partner well, because 1 hour later...
How's it going, Alan? Oh, blimey. Alan's let me down a little bit because he's not centred this picture. And I've got a good 8 inches on one side and a good 3 inches on the other. Shall I just mark the rest of your work while I'm here? And what did you have in mind here, Alan, just for my amusement?
After a bit more tweaking, Jonathan is happy. But will Michael be?
25. Michael will not. He'll just come in and grunt at it and say, it seems a lot of money to pay for a poster. What are you laughing for?
It's done, isn't it? Wow, they look good.
Why were you laughing?
There's a lot of nudity, isn't there?
Is that all you were laughing at? Yeah. I can cope with if it's just the nudity.
Yeah, they're cool. They're brilliant. They're big. But these are brilliant. These are good. And who's she?
She's Madame Pompadour.
And why is Madame Pompadour famous? I know the name.
She was the mistress of Louis the...
Yeah, you've done all right. No, yeah, she's brilliant. I like him. I like him a lot.
Good.
Yeah, I do.
I'm happy. He's happy. No row, which I thought was coming.
They're both happy. The question is, will the investors be when they arrive in just 2 days' time? The 13-bedroom Chateau de Montiel. Parts of it date back to 1174. It has medieval dungeons, a chapel, and a 14-bedroom coach house, now run as a holiday home. It's all owned, run, and being restored by single mum Fiona Jones.
Oh, it was the best thing I did. Wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
Slap bang in the heart of France, she and her son live here in the upstairs floor while slowly renovating the rest of the chateau, with the goal of eventually running the restored area as B&B alongside the holiday home.
If only you had thumbs, you could help me.
This year she's focused on the first floor, and this dining room is the last room to do.
I've not found that one room here has just been simple.
In 1 week, she's throwing a party for the mayor and local community in an attempt to start promoting the B&B.
The pressure's on now. It's a big job, this room to complete.
She's plastered the room and primed it ready for decorating. Today's jobs are wallpapering and filling in the problematic gaps between the ceiling beams.
We're having a lot of problems with bats, mice. What's actually happening is the bats are getting in through all of the tiny little gaps in between the beams here. My idea, I'm going to attempt, I think this will work, to spray foam all the way through there, and then I'm going to varnish it so it's at least sealed. And it'll take a damn good mouse to chew through all of that. Right, it goes. Gravity, stay.
That doesn't look like it's really filling the hole to me.
What I'll do is I'll let the bigger areas just dry, and then I'll put some more foam in afterwards and just build it up in another layer, and that'll be fine. What a mess. Not used this product before, it's a lot softer. It shouldn't be dripping not to this excess. It's a real mess.
Fiona's going to have to come up with another plan if she wants to finish this job in the time she's got. 170 miles northwest, Chateau de Montiel's shareholders are coming today to see how their investment is doing. Their visit ends with an annual general meeting, or AGM. The way the business has been going is likely to be a tough one. But Jonathan and Michael have a couple of treats up their sleeves.
Hello, have you had a good morning?
One of them is goats.
What have you been doing? Could you eat a little bit more for me, please? Because they say that you won't eat enough.
They hope the investors will like the clever idea to have the grass trimmed for almost no cost.
Look at that. Somebody's been chucking the bloomin' breakfast out there for the goats. I didn't think that... You shouldn't be feeding goats pizzas, should you?
The other treat is the new paintings in the banquet hall.
It's definitely going to be a talking point, I reckon.
They'll show the investors the paintings tomorrow. Tonight, they'll wine and dine them. They've started to arrive earlier than expected.
The meal starts at half.
It starts at 7.
7, so I've got to get the drinks ready as well.
OK.
So I'm going to get it changed.
All right, meet you back here in 10. Done. We've now got 3 investors all arriving at the same time, and we've got to get the drinks ready for dinner tonight. They were supposed to be staggered, but it'll just turn into a complete mess. It's never ending. Oui, allô, Chateau de Montiel?
It's not the best start. I hope tomorrow goes better. 100 miles northwest at Chateau Bayeux, it's the day of the 50th wedding anniversary party that Phil and Angelina Bailey-Smith have spent the last 2 months preparing for.
Loads of nails fell into that sink.
Today's party is a test. If it goes well, they may stay in France. If it goes badly, they may pack up and give up their dream of running a chateau business.
This is the life that I'm really happy with currently living and can't wait to continue, so I'd be heartbroken if it ended.
The guests of honour are due to arrive in 2 hours, but Phil hasn't finished fixing the toilets he promised would be ready.
Well, this particular toilet is almost finished. Once this is in, the toilet's 2 screws in 1 pipe connector, and then it's done. I think I might have to cement the pipe to fill it up.
As Phil tests his speed plumbing skills, Angelina's putting the finishing touches to the party signs.
I'll just copy the style. I quite like it. God, all these swirly things. That's a good arrow. That's a good size arrow. I mean, you know, you can't miss going in the wrong direction. One of the other things that I wanted to do, I actually like cake decorating type of stencils, kind of like fleur-de-lis. Lovely. A bit of little swirly action there. If you turn right instead of left, you're gonna miss the party.
Phil's attempting to get at least one of the toilets up and running.
How do I do this?
But unfortunately, there's a new problem.
The actual water feed to the toilet has now decided it doesn't want to play ball and is dripping. This is an absolute nightmare.
Phil promised his clients 2 working toilets to accommodate their 60 guests. But he's struggling to provide 1. And even worse, golden anniversary couple Chris and Anne are nearly here.
It just seems 5 minutes ago that I met you and we got married.
A lot of people who are coming today, I don't think have been to a chateau.
We've got some flying in from England and we've got some Dutch. They've driven over 800 miles to get here, so that's going to be a special moment.
We've put our trust in them to make sure that they're going to make this a special day for us as well, as has been promised. When we first saw it, there was a tremendous amount of work that had to be done. Well, here we are.
Okay. With Phil caught short and Angelina nowhere to be seen, there's no one to welcome Chris and Anne.
Gosh, I've forgotten how big the place was.
Yeah, I have. I don't know where they are. Heavens. What a lovely way to spend 50 years of marriage.
Will they be happy with Phil and Angelina's preparations for their big day? At Chateau de Montiel, the investors have been arriving through the night. And by this morning, they're all here.
Hello, how are you? Come on in.
The key part of the visit is the annual general meeting.
Probably the most important date in the diary this year.
And because the business has been struggling, Michael and Jonathan are worried.
They could say that they're not satisfied with the progress, and it's not an idle threat. They could say, sorry guys, you've given it your best shot, but now we need somebody who knows what they're doing.
So they're hoping to impress the investors with their new paintings for the Chateau's banquet hall.
Thanks for joining the tour. What I'd really like you to see is what we've done in the main gallery. Let's go through and see what you think. The idea has been to take the old traditional oil painting artworks of some of the French masters, but to display them in a contemporary manner.
It's a huge improvement. I think it's warmed up the room, and I love it.
I'll be random.
It's not my favourite.
Well, I'm particularly bothered by this one, I must say, because it is a violent painting. And this is a room that's going to be used for weddings, for happy occasions.
It wasn't quite the vote of confidence Jonathan had been hoping for.
I suppose I'm disappointed that people were more opinionated than they needed to have been. It was the most momentous thing that we've done, cost us the most money.
And there's more to worry about. The Investors Board has called a pre-meeting to discuss the agenda for the AGM.
Thank you very much for coming. I'll start off with item number 1.
And they aren't happy about the goats or the fence to keep them in around the chateau.
I think a lot of people have the same view of that we're putting up a farm fence and farm animals on the chateau. I'd be seriously concerned that's going to detract from the quality of people want to see the chateau.
As with anything that we buy or sort out, there's normally 2 or 3 weeks of us getting it right. So a point taken on board. We'll talk to the sheep people today, and we'll see what improvements or modifications that we can make.
3 brides I've spoken to about it know about it.
They're fine with sheep, are they? And goats?
Goats in the moat, yeah.
I think enough people sort of viewed the fence and said, what is that?
Said all along that I had my reservations about it. I said, I'm going to try it. And I said specifically to the guy who's putting it in, if I don't like it, it's all coming out.
So thank you very much for attending, and look forward to seeing you tomorrow for the AGM. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Thank you.
The board aren't keen on the goats, but what they really don't like is the fence. Michael and Jonathan will need to think what to do about it before the AGM tomorrow.
I was amazed how anti people were. I wasn't expecting quite the backlash, so the sheep might have to go if they're voted down tomorrow.
At Chateau de Montiel, owner Fiona Jones is slowly renovating parts into a bed and breakfast. She's just worked out she's been using the wrong foam filler to plug the gaps in the ceiling beams of the dining room, and has now bought a type better suited to the task.
Right, let's hope this works. Look at that, fabulous.
Fiona needs to get a move on. This whole room needs to be ready for the unveiling party for the mayor in just 1 week's time.
Just going to leave that for a little while, and then I'm going to cut it all out so that you don't even know that there's foam there. I've got some insulation foam, which I'm going to pack the bigger holes out with initially, and then I'm going to spray foam that.
Fiona will wait for that to dry. Then she'll be able to trim and neaten it up and wood stain it to match the beams.
Even if it looks like a mess right now, it'll be fine.
In the meantime, she's got the wallpapering to crack on with.
I haven't used this wallpaper before, but I've got it from England. I was just looking for something that was sage green with a gold effect.
She's cutting it fine. She needs to collect her little boy Louis from school in just an hour's time.
that is completely out, OK. That is completely out. I knew it would be. Of course it is.
The problem with all old chateaux is that the walls, ceilings and floors are never at right angles, so hanging wallpaper becomes a real test of patience.
It's just important to get the first piece straight.
If just one strip of paper is pasted at the wrong angle, all others lined up against it will be wonky too.
Right, so that's perfect. Look at that. Straight on the bubble. It's perfect.
She's got the line up right, but the heat on this scorching summer's day is causing her other problems.
It's 32 degrees today. The edges are not, they're drying out too quickly and curling. I have to go and get Louis as well. This is the problem. I'm rushing, thinking about Louis. I can't do it. I don't know why the edges are drying so quickly. I've never had this happen.
She's only hung 2 strips, but she's run out of time and has to go and collect Louis. She hasn't finished either the foam filler or the papering she needed to take off today. With the big party looming, will she be able to finish the room in time? Meanwhile, back at Chateau Bayeux, golden anniversary couple Chris and Anne have arrived and their party is due to start in less than an hour.
I don't know where they are. Should we go towards the terrace or...?
But Phil and Angelina are still rushing to get the chateau ready.
I hope everyone can see this. This parking sign represents that there's a very long drive ahead, and then you gotta do a sharp right. It's self-explanatory. We are not doing great for time.
Hello.
This
I've seen you for ages.
This looks lovely.
Thank you.
Hello, my darling.
Oh, you look gorgeous. Oh, and smell amazing. I'm sorry, I'm
it's all right.
in my work mode.
It's okay. You've been working, haven't you?
We have many surprises for you.
One surprise they may not like is Phil still struggling to plumb in the toilets for their 60 guests.
I think I might have to get Angelina to stall them slightly. I need gloves. This is way too hot. I need my gloves. They're here. We're trying to shepherd them in one direction away from certain rooms and others. So we're currently playing a tag team of making sure they're all right and don't need to go anywhere.
Angelina's hoping to buy a few more precious minutes by showing Chris and Anne the bedroom she's renovated for them.
Ta-da! Oh, it looks beautiful.
Look at this.
And the butterflies are amazing.
It's a lovely cold room. I've made you lovely bath bombs if you wish to take the bath before the party starts.
That's lovely.
Oh, it's lovely, Anne. Couple of questions. Don't intend to spend a great deal of time in the room.
Yes.
And I mean, we've not seen around the rest of the house.
With Chris keen to start inspecting, finally there's a very welcome, if slightly weird sound in the guest toilet.
Makes a bit of a noise. We'll certainly know if they get stuck in there. We can press it a few times to more signals, can't they?
Well, Phil's got one of the toilets up and running. Angelina surreptitiously ushers Chris and Anne past and outside to the main event.
Straight through, please.
Will they be satisfied with the party venue?
Phil, shall we go through the different areas?
We've got the area for those that want to have a fire out the way.
On the other land over the bridge.
Yeah, we haven't got the smoke coming across here.
Look at your bridge, it looks amazing.
Yeah. We've laid out a decent amount of seating. The outdoor bar.
Oh, that looks amazing. Really beautiful.
Yeah.
Lovely.
They seem happy, so Phil decides to confess.
I've got one last thing. I've managed to get one of the downstairs toilets finished to completion. The other one, there was issues with the pipe work.
You can only use one at a time?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
Well, that went better than I thought.
What I'll do is I'll leave you go and greet some guests while I get changed.
Yeah.
You go and have a shower first. I'll deal with gates and what have you.
Fantastic.
Well, they've pulled it off.
Yeah. They've done wonders, absolutely. perfect place for a wedding.
What they managed to achieve, just totally delightful. I can't sum it up any better than that.
With the guests starting to arrive, and after 8 weeks of hard graft, it's party time at Chateau Bayeux.
To Chris and Anne, 50 years. It's great. We've done that out of literally blood, sweat and tears. I'm seeing it come to reality, and I can see other people right now really enjoying what I envisaged, so that actually other people are as wowed at it as I would hope they would be. Maybe my crazy dream is maybe not as crazy as it sounded in the first place.
We've done really well.
And
yes,
on our wedding anniversary.
Yeah, that's true. Love you.
Me too.
At Chateau de Montiel, the board of investors aren't happy with the fence surrounding the chateau.
Ce matin, tout le monde dit, mais c'est un château, ce n'est pas un ferme. Qu'est-ce qu'ils pensent? Si, oh là là.
Jonathan admits they may have a point.
I realise that the imposing nature of our driveway here has been completely compromised by the fact that these posts are right on the edge. So what was a lovely tree-lined avenue has now got this sheep enclosure impinging on it. Beaucoup de clients arrêtent les voitures ici pour prendre les photos de cette vue. It's our calling card, that very first thing that they see. And if it's a load of rough wooden stakes in the ground, it's not going to do us many favours. S'il y a la possibilité de plonger, oui. Les poteaux. Oui, exact.
By moving it down the slope of the moat, the fence shouldn't be so prominent.
Tu fais les clôtures maintenant et après.
Merci bien.
Okay. Plan so far is that they're going to finish off doing the fencing tonight, come and put the last bits of that in, and the sheep will arrive tomorrow.
There are 6 sheep arriving in addition to these goats, but the board has agreed to defer deciding their fate until the annual general meeting. And there's another problem.
Comment tous vos gens vont être infectés de l'odeur?
Ah oui?
Ah oui, ah oui, oui.
They've just said another problem we've got is that we put a male and a female. They never put male goats with customers because male goats smell quite strong.
These men can smell goats?
Yeah, they can tell the difference between a male and a female smell.
But I can't smell anything.
Now they've mentioned it, I can smell.
That's ridiculous.
They can smell male goat.
So what do they say? We should have all females?
Have all female.
Well, we need to get on top of it, don't we? Get on top of the goats.
Let's just see how it goes.
Come on.
Where am I going? Where am I going now?
What? Work.
There's no more time for goat talk. They need to prepare the financial report for the AGM.
We should make an operating profit of around 9,000 this year.
What's left over here?
5,000, and we'd get half of that.
2,500 euros between two of us. That's 1,250 euros each.
3 years.
3 years.
3 years work.
As they go through the books, they start to wonder if it's all worthwhile or whether they should give up of their own accord.
When do we start to earn? No quality of life, working 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. Are you game to give it a go for another year? Are you happy to do it?
In the heart of France, Fiona spent 5 years renovating her chateau in the hope of one day running it as a B&B. For the last week, she's been trying to renovate her dining room in time for an unveiling to the local mayor. And she's made it.
It does give you a nice sense of achievement that you've not just gone into a room and just decorated it. It's really had to be gutted and the whole room's had to be reinstated to put it back to its originality as best as I'm able to.
Finally, the man who she hopes will bless her business venture, the mayor, Michel Navarre, arrives.
I'm going to take him inside now, just let him have a look. I just kind of finished wallpapering yesterday. This is literally the last room on the ground floor that is complete.
What does he think?
Parce que je voulais voir comment aujourd'hui il était. C'est vrai que quand on passe à l'extérieur, on se rend pas compte. Les
Yes, he insisted to have it visited with you because he was very curious to see how it had become, and he's so happy. Yes, it's a very nice surprise.
Okay,
right. And I think he thinks a lot of people would be very pleased to visit it one day.
It's the official seal of approval. But there's one thing bothering the mayor.
Une petite réclamation, c'est que vous appreniez le français.
He would be pleased with you learn the French language.
Yes. But tell him.
I can help you.
No, but tell him I'm so busy working, I don't get out to have a good time and talk with French.
It's been a great day for Fiona. And what's more, the mayor seems enthusiastic about her plans for a B&B.
He's full of excitement and ideas for the chambre d'eau. Gives you more motivation to just continue.
So what's next for this one-woman renovation army?
All of the windows need to be painted and the panes of glass need to be replaced and any of the woodwork can be repaired. And then I'll be finishing off the large servant staircase and, yeah, after that, start hitting the bedrooms on the first floor. Get the business up and running.
I wish you all the best, Fiona, and with your energy, I'm sure you'll manage. At Chateau Bayeux, Phil and Angelina's first ever paid event is in full swing.
It's just wonderful. I think it can be a real business for them. I know that Angelina, she's just really passionate about that.
I've had a fabulous time, absolutely brilliant. A chateau is meant to be alive, and that's exactly what it is tonight. It is alive.
With the party and chateau earning rave reviews, Phil and Angelina can finally turn their attention to a celebration of their own.
Everyone's having a great time. That's only a good sign, isn't it?
Yeah.
Woo! Early start. Let's celebrate.
Hey, we've done everything we possibly can.
Yeah. Everything we promised, which is great. Thank you very much.
First party, first event.
Yeah.
It's the first of so many, and I was coming close to pulling the plug, but you know what? I see the future. Nothing more we can do tonight.
No.
It's a great party.
We pulled it off.
We pulled it off. Well done.
May there be many more.
First of many.
I look forward to some sleep. Sleep 24 hours.
At Chateau de Montiel in the Loire Valley, it's almost time for the AGM. And Jonathan and Michael could find themselves out of a job if the investors aren't happy with the way the business is going.
The worst that could happen in the meeting is a motion of no confidence because we've not achieved the targets that we said we would. I'm nervous about it. This is a very vocal group, and they will all want to make their point.
And even if they aren't pushed, they're considering leaving anyway.
I hate criticism. I've just got to bite my tongue, and I mustn't bite back. Preparation is the key. If it all looks great when they walk in, you've got half the battle won because they think, oh, this is going to be a professional do.
Jonathan and Michael know the biggest discussion today will be about the fence and animals.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the annual general meeting of the Salle Chateau de Montiel. It's come to my attention that we might have a contentious issue to discuss.
This part of the meeting will take place behind closed doors.
We have an issue about the arrival of the sheep.
If you're going to bring the sheep in, why do we have such great big posts there?
You see these poles stuck along a road like a farm fence. It's totally distracted from the whole chateau.
If there are things which come to light, like it doesn't rain for 3 weeks and the place stinks, right? You might do something about it.
Exactly, of course. Overall, it's an experiment, and if it's proved to be wrong, it will disappear.
The investors decide to keep the issue under review. And if it doesn't work out, Jonathan and Michael will get rid of them.
I'd like to crack on as quickly as possible.
The meeting goes on, and other chateau businesses discuss.
There was some effort to generate wedding event business from the States. Whatever happened to that?
You see, you concentrate on weddings during the week, isn't it?
You're right.
And you want bums on seats during the week as well, don't you?
Yep.
After 3 hours, it's finally over.
All that remains is to say thank you very much for taking the time to listen to what the board had to present to you and for all the suggestions that you've made, be they difficult or easy.
So how do Michael and Jonathan feel?
There was some discussion about the sheep, and as far as I can make out, there's only one person who was a fan of a sheep. The rest of them said it was the worst decision that could possibly have been made. What were we thinking of? Why didn't we get anybody's permission? Why didn't we do this? Why didn't we do that? And I think there wasn't a single person in the room that didn't have a go for an hour about how much the sheep have got to go. There was very little trust in our abilities to...
I don't care about the sheep. I care about that we were supposed to have a mandate to be the managers here. I didn't come out of that meeting with a mandate to be managers and to be take the right decisions.
It seems the goats and sheep are just some of the many issues for Michael and Jonathan.
I feel as if I've got the weight of the world on my shoulders and I can do without it, really. I've got so much going on. You know, it's very, very difficult to keep it all together.
So they're not making any rash decisions on their future now. They're committed to the upcoming summer wedding.
It's time to start worrying about other things. We've now got worrying about our next event.
They'll decide if they're going to stay at Chateau de Montiel after that.
This Chateau lark is not all plain sailing.
100 miles northwest, and it's the morning after the big event for Philip and Angelina. And it wasn't all plain sailing.
Yesterday I caught you and you had your head in your hand. Why? Were you having a little post meltdown?
Oh yeah, yesterday,
Cry
of
moment.
course, yeah. I hid.
He was like this. Oh, best go and check on him.
I did it in the middle of the afternoon. I just ran to the back of the garden when no one could see me.
That's why it's a hidden section.
But everyone else is working away doing stuff, and I just hid when no one could see me, and just had my head in my hands going, why we're not going to manage this, please.
Running a shadow can do that to some people.
You do have really, really down moments. That's when I have a cry and a moan, and, you know, life gives you lemons. You make...
Lemonade.
No. You make GNT.
So, decision time. Will they carry on with the chateau life?
I couldn't have hoped for more out of it. The reaction to everybody yesterday was just... It was the reassurance I think I needed to carry on. So we'll keep the place on for as long as we can. Now we're looking forward and there's no stopping. I hope.
Good luck, Phil and Angelina. With a lot of hard work, you two can make it. Next time, on the day of the wedding, Michael and Jonathan struggle with one problem.
The lift has jammed itself on the ground floor.
After another.
They don't think they've got any more parts like it because it's so old.
After another.
I found the pipe that's leaking. It's got a split in it. It looks like it is the mains pipe.
When two new parents face a mammoth task, trying to get their chateau ready for the holiday season,
I don't know if we can get everything done in time.
they call in support.
I was up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I didn't realise I was going to be moving paving slab all day.
Or at least they thought they had.
We don't actually know if he's ever really done a full day's work in his life before.
And major pull and wall problems.
Oh my God, that is really not good.
Threatened to scupper a chateau's summer opening.
This wall fell down. We need to put it up before the guests come.
I'm Dick Strobridge, and along with my wife Angel and our 2 children, we left the UK for a whole new life in France and bought this magnificent chateau.
We haven't ever regretted what we've done. It is so worth it.
We've gradually been making it into our home as well as running it as a business.
That's still a long way up.
But it turns out we're not alone, as dozens of Brits are doing exactly the same thing.
Sometimes you have to pinch yourself to think, I own that.
In this series, Angel and I will reveal more about our journey as chateau owners.
Quite a lot of scrap here. It's worth money. Might be able to pay you this time.
And guide these daring Brits where we can.
It's a solid old bridge, matey.
As they renovate.
This is looking good. I'm quite happy with this.
Repair.
I've never done this before, so it should be all right.
And struggle to transform these buildings into their homes and businesses.
Go, 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 go. Absolutely magnificent.
This is the glamorous chateau life that everyone thinks I need. Just trying to avoid getting my face near the toilets.
This is not the way to make money.
But however hard the going gets, these plucky Brits can always say they're kings and queens of their very own castles.
Cheers. Chin chin.
Today, I continue my search for a sunken hoard of armour in one chateau's lake.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I can hear it. I can hear it through your earphones.
Then battle to get access to the lakeside. But when we start digging, there's plenty that gets us excited.
What is that? What is that?
When one chateau couple rush to get their whole attic renovated for the holiday season, they need furniture.
Would you let me have a rug as well and round it to 200? I've only got 200 with me, that's why.
And they need help.
Hopefully Ben's going to fly back in and give us a hand a couple of days before we open.
I've never agreed to that. I've never agreed to come back and do more work.
And my mother-in-law and I get our hands full making salamis.
Sausages always make me laugh. There's not a thing about making sausages that I don't find humorous. Walk up it, but the chickens will roost on it.
I'm Dick Strobridge, engineer and former Lieutenant Colonel in the British Army. And with my wife Angela, we've been renovating our chateau into a home and business.
This is my calling in life.
It's not been easy.
I think I'm a bit too old for this.
So my heart goes out to anyone else insane enough to take on a chateau restoration. Take Chateau de Montiel, for example. It's owned by couple Tim and Chris, who live there with their newborn son, Owen.
The day that you went into labour might be because you were up a ladder painting windows.
Yeah.
Located in the Dordogne, they bought this place back in 2013 for just £380,000 after falling in love with it.
It was kind of like Sleeping Beauty's castle, the fairy tale castle that was covered in ivy and rambling thorns.
After 2 solid years of renovations, they opened as a boutique B&B in August 2015, with 2 double rooms and 2 suites. But they've barely broken even, and with the arrival of baby Owen, they need to make more money.
We want to be able to earn enough income, hopefully, just to get by.
So they're opening some new accommodation.
Our main tasks at the moment are completely renovating the attic space to create a new family suite.
It needs to be ready for its first booking in 4 weeks' time, so the pressure is on to get it finished.
We really have got to get the attic finished. It's our main priority. Loads to do. Loads to do.
So they called in the cavalry from England, Tim's little brother Ben.
Hello.
He spent a whole day helping Tim lay down the new patio. But he didn't just come here to work.
I was planning on going canoeing and seeing my nephew whilst I was here.
So after helping lay the patio, Tim's decided to give him a day off.
Bye, Ben.
See you.
So while they wait for him to return and help fix up the attic, Tim and Chris can catch up on some of the other important chores. One thing they need to do is check up on their garden. To help save the pennies, they grow their own produce. But there's been a bit of a disaster with the vegetables they planted 4 weeks ago.
We got sort of the whole veggie plot pretty much planted up. But last week we had 2 nights of really, really heavy frost, didn't we?
Yeah.
Just totally random.
It was unexpected.
Just bizarre, just totally bizarre. And most things have died. These are the tomatoes that we put in. last month. And amazingly, they're the only thing still standing, really. Touch wood, we should still have tomatoes, at least. The guests will have to have shop-bought veggies instead of wonderful homegrown vegetables.
It may have been better to start these crops off in the greenhouse and then move them outside after the last frost.
But nature does what it wants. The whole point behind doing this is so that we can offer evening meals and turn some sort of a profit on it, because there's not much room for making a profit if you buy it all from the markets.
Every penny counts for Tim and Chris, so after removing the dead plants, he's starting again.
I'll water them and give them a week and see if anything grows back.
Yep, for those looking to live the chateau dream, be warned. The weather here can be just as unpredictable as back home. And it's quickly turned again. But that gives Tim and Chris the perfect excuse to do some furniture shopping for the attic suite.
It's a miserable day outside, so we're popping off to see if we can get some nice second-hand antique furniture.
Yeah, we're gonna go shopping.
We're hoping we might find a few gems. Sometimes we go and we come home with way more than we ever expected to get. Sometimes we don't find anything. All right, let's take you for a drive.
Tim and Chris are always on the lookout for a bargain, and they've heard a fellow expat chateau owner is selling off some traditional French furniture that might suit the new family suite when it's finished.
So, considering the rugs.
How much do you want for the rugs?
30.
OK.
I've got a few more things in here.
Pictures?
Pictures, I wanted 20 for these two.
OK.
The pair.
OK.
They're quite nicely.
I think like in the dining room or somewhere, we could use those, couldn't we? I mean, they're that kind of nice French.
Yes.
What about your corner?
Corner unit.
It's quite
That looks quite old.
nice
too.
and old. How much do you want?
About 40 euros for that.
I quite like the table.
Okay.
I like the dresser.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay.
I think we like the pictures.
And you wanted that light sticky? 5 of each, and 10 for that one.
Yeah, I think we'd have them. That'd be perfect for us.
Money is tight, so Tim has developed his own special technique when it comes to bartering.
Would you let me have a rug as well and round it to 200? I've only got 200 with me, that's why.
Clever.
210?
2, 3. I can do you 203. That's where I'm at.
Fine, have it.
Bag it up, I'll take it.
I will too.
That's great, thank you. Perfect. Look at made to measure. I think that's most of the furniture for the attic suite sorted now. Well, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
And look us up online and see your furniture in its new home. And if you're ever passing, pop in for a cup of tea.
Yeah, we will. Sounds good. Great.
You've got our address. Door's always open.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. See you soon. Bye-bye. We've got what we came for. We've got a few other nice little bits and bobs. It'll just sort of fill the rooms and give everyone a bit more furniture. And it's always great to pop out and you meet nice people and you see a bit more of the country that you haven't seen before. It's always well worth doing. It's all right, mate. We're off home.
We're going now.
But before they can fill the suite with the new purchases, Tim needs to finish it. And with his brother Ben back to help, things aren't going quite to plan.
We're about 30 centimetres short of pipes.
Why haven't you got enough pipe?
Because you've cut far too much off.
Tucked away in the lush rolling hills of central Normandy is the ancient Vieux Chateau. The oldest part dates back more than 1,000 years. And it's this wing that's being run as a bed and breakfast by retired vet Donna McDougall.
I'm constantly on the move here, changing beds, cooking, cleaning. But it's good because It means that I can eat a little more cheese because I burn off energy. You do not need to go to the gym when you live in a chateau that's based on 5 floors.
As a British owner of this magnificent place, she's in esteemed company.
There have only been 2 English owners of this chateau in its entire 1,100-year history, one being Henry I of England, who sacked it in the 12th century, and me.
It's located in the heart of historic Normandy, a region known not only for its rich medieval history, but for its role in the Second World War. And Donna's chateau bears physical reminders of when the Germans occupied this part of France.
The Germans were in the chateau during the war for 4 years, and while they were here, they left some graffiti on my fireplace. And we think it says, "Where strength or power is released or set free, bad humans must fear the majesty of the Führer." And you can see the Führer pretty clearly. F-U-H-R-E-R.
Donna thinks there's even more history here too. She's been told that during the war, the chateau's owner stashed a hoard of medieval armour in the lake to prevent it being stolen by the Nazi occupiers.
We're moving.
We are.
We're at sea. Treasure's here.
So I'm helping her look for it with my trusty little boat and my metal detector.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I can hear it. I can hear it through your earphones.
Listen.
The metal detector is indicating something in the deepest part of the lake. So now I want to try something.
We get a really strong signal by that stick, don't we? I'm gonna put the magnet in, see if we can get any. Yeah. This is where the strongest signal's been. Bit of metal. There's a bit of metal there, definitely.
Bah, it's just a rusty old nail. But the signal from underwater is still strong.
I think we're gonna have to dig, Donna. I think we're definitely getting strong signals here.
I need to find us a digger.
Yeah.
Whatever is here is sitting below a 4-foot layer of silt, and the trees make this part of the lake tricky to access. This is going to be challenging.
I think it's here. I really do think it's here.
I think I agree with you, actually.
Do you?
I really do. Oh, man. It's here.
That's all we can do for today. Donna now needs to find a digger to extract any hidden treasure, but it'll need to be big enough to reach into the lake. If she can find one, I'm coming straight back to help.
It's been a privilege to be here, but I think we've got a lot of work ahead of us because that silt is deep. The armour has been in there 70 years, if it's in there at all. And guess what? I think it is.
In the Dordogne sits Chateau de Montiel, where new parents Tim and Chris are struggling to build a family suite in time for the summer holiday season in less than 4 weeks' time.
What's killing me is sleepless nights.
They're hoping it will bring in much-needed extra cash, as they're barely breaking even. And now they have an extra mouth to feed.
I am getting really panicky because I think it's got separation anxiety. How am I gonna function in the summer? Because I need to change the beds, clean the house. Even hoovering is a struggle for me because he's just a cranky baby right now.
Tim has brought his little brother Ben in to help out. Their latest job, trying to fit a new waste pipe for the family suite bathroom.
Ben, can you cut me a bit of pipe?
Uh-huh.
That is 169.
But they've been having difficulty cutting it to the right length. I hope they're checking the measurements.
Whoops.
Ben's lack of precision has been wasting a lot of pipe.
Yeah, but measure twice, cut once, as they like to say.
At least Tim seems to have a large supply.
Right, we'll go and get the pipe from downstairs. I think that's a bit too long. I just need it like 2 centimetres shorter, I think.
Why can't you move the toilet 2 centimetres?
Because it's where it's got to go. I don't want it too close to the towel rail. So we want the one waste pipe for the sink coming up about there. here. Give me 119.
Now, you say 119 this time. Do you want, like, a couple of centimetres off it? Because...
Well, I've deliberately gone 2 centimetres shorter, so it should be fine.
Yeah.
Anyone would think they're learning this as they go along.
I've kind of done bits and bobs of it before, but, yeah, it's the first bathroom I've really kind of done start to finish.
Ben thinks his big brother is doing a great job.
He seems to know what he's doing. Like I say, it's amazing what he's picked up off the internet.
Finally, the pipe is in place, but it's taking up more space than expected in the wall cavity, and some of the supporting beams are in the way. But ever-efficient Tim has a novel solution and starts to chip away some of the beam to squeeze it in.
You just know this will be the bit of wood that holds the whole house up.
It's not called a supporting beam for nothing. These old chateaux are pretty sturdy, but I wouldn't recommend cutting into anything structural.
I'm only taking off kind of sort of 5 mil just off the surface, just so it can squeeze around it.
When's enough, you know, enough sort of thing? I'm just wary of how much you are taking out there.
Eventually, Tim is happy and fits the pipe. Ah, the sweet sound of success.
We've got the waste in. Brilliant.
Tim may be one step closer to being ready for the first guests, but there's still an awful lot to do in less than 4 weeks.
So that's a big chunk of the bathroom done, but we've still got the boarding and the tiling, and the floor's got to go in, and the shower unit's got to go in, and the sink's got to go in.
You've got painting, you've got decorating. The list is endless.
At least Ben can help.
Hopefully Ben's going to fly back in and give us a hand a couple of days before we open.
I've never agreed to that. I've never agreed to come back and do more work.
Ah, you need to work things out with Ben, Tim, or you're not going to get this place ready in time. Back at Le Vieux Chateau, it's been 2 weeks since I helped Donna locate the spot in her lake where she's hoping to find a stash of buried medieval armour. Today I've come back because she's been in touch and there's some good news.
You can tell exactly how excited Donna was. She's found a digger. All right, it's taken a couple of weeks, but in France, that's quick. She's had somebody in who says they can actually do the digging. So we're back to the lake, and we have a chance now of scraping into the silt. There's got to be treasure in there. There's got to be armor, weapons, all sorts of things. And I just got my fingers crossed for Donna today because she really wants to find something.
It's 2 weeks since Dick was here, and the weight has been unbearable. I couldn't sleep last night at all. It's very exciting. I'm really looking forward to it.
I don't know who's more excited about this dig, me or Donna.
Oh, hi! Hi, Dick. Nice to see you.
Another day in paradise.
Indeed.
I love it to see
Hi,
you.
Dick.
It looks very tranquil. Are you excited?
I am very excited. It looks very tranquil today.
Did you have problems finding a digger?
I had a bit of help because I asked one of my friends in the village,
Yeah.
who's a lady farmer,
Yeah.
but the arm is only 5 metres.
5 metres.
I reckon 5 metres should be just about long enough to get under the thick layer of silt.
It's going to be amazing if we find something.
You see, you said if there. This is one of the first times you said if to me.
Well, now I'm worried. I'm worried we're not going to find it.
I never thought Donna would have any last-minute doubts. But the area of the lake where we think the hoard of armour may be isn't the most easily accessible part. And I'm starting to have doubts myself.
This is the end of my land here. So the slope is not too bad just on this side. If you see the field next door,
Okay.
I think a digger could get in here.
There's no gate or access point here at all. So part of this fence will have to be removed to let the digger through. And that's not the only thing in the way.
It's going to be interesting because when he gets to the trees and close to the water, it'll be interesting to see what he can do.
You might have to move those trees, some of them.
This job is looking bigger and more difficult. Will the digger even be able to reach the lake?
I think it's welly time.
I think it's welly time.
At Chateau de Montiel, Tim and his wife, Chris, have spent the last 7 weeks frantically trying to convert their attic into a family suite for their B&B. With the arrival of an added family member, baby Owen, this renovation is vital to increase their capacity and income.
And we could do with every penny we can get.
There was a lot to do back then. But I must say, I'm impressed with the work they've achieved. But the suite's first guests arrived today, and the room still needs its finishing touches. Nothing like flying by the seat of your pants.
We've frantically got to get it done now. And there's just a few bits of really heavy furniture that I need a hand with. And hopefully we'll be all right, ready in time for when they get here.
Luckily, Tim has managed to convince younger brother Ben to make a trip over from England again to help out.
You made it?
Yeah.
Go on, then. Let's get straight on.
OK.
Let's get straight on.
Ben hasn't seen the place since he helped install the plumbing for the bathroom when it was just a shell.
Wow, all my hard work paid off. Wow, that's amazing.
I know you did a very good job, didn't you?
Yeah, I know. God, I'm really impressed. So none of it leaks? It's all...
None of it leaks, touch wood.
Yeah, no, I'm really impressed with this. So when will you get guests in here?
Today.
Today?
Yeah, any time from 4 o'clock, so we need to get on.
It's like 1 o'clock now.
We need to get on. So no cups of tea until we're finished.
OK, brilliant. Well, let's go then.
No cuppa, and the poor lad hasn't even put his bag down yet. I hope Tim welcomes his guests better than this.
Where do we go? That one needs to go in that room in there. In between the cupboard door and the bedroom door.
All you're doing is propping it up. I'm having to carry the whole thing.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Watch the top.
Yo!
Let me get rid of my shoes. That'll make it easier.
Throw them away. That's what a fashion faux pas now. Oh, watch it.
No, don't. 7 years bad luck if you break that.
That was you anyway. Oh. Do I get that cup of tea yet?
While Ben grabs a well-deserved cup of tea, Chris helps out.
We've got a Dutch family arriving today. It's 4 adults and 2 children.
You better hurry up, you two, because it looks like they're here. Back at Le Vieux Chateau, the digger Donna booked has arrived, and the team have started to remove the fence.
Didn't mess around, did they?
So they can access the lake and start the search for the buried armour.
They're on time, and the first thing they've done is get straight to work. Yeah. That's good, that's good. We like that. Now, he's got to
Watch
get
out.
down that slope safely.
This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, because he's coming down here.
At an angle. How do they manoeuvre these enormous machines?
Now the digger's off the truck and in position, it's time to clear the path to the lake.
He has done this before.
He's going to go up when they think
Yeah.
to do it. Yeah.
My goodness. Health and safety French style.
This is a definite don't try this at home, kids.
Seriously, never try this at home. After almost 2 hours' work, they clear a pathway to the lake.
Now he wants to go in the water.
Are you happy?
Oui?
Merci, merci, monsieur.
I've been waiting 2 weeks for this moment, Donna longer than that.
This is the first scoop. This is the first scoop.
I don't think he's gone deep enough, but I want to run the metal detector over it to be sure.
Just sweep. Sweep over that lot. Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
That's good.
Nothing at all. No. OK. Down we go. Deeper,
Okay,
I think.
brilliant. Every time that goes in, you get that little flutter, don't you, in your tummy?
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like there's anything in the second scoop either.
That's just silt.
It's just silk.
Third time around, he's gone even deeper.
Okay, quick one. There's nothing there. Come
No.
All the way around.
No.
Okay. We know we've had a beep in here.
There was a beep.
Okay.
Yeah. Encore, s'il vous plaît.
is getting deeper. What is very interesting, exactly, we have no idea how deep this is going. See, look, he's going.
Oh my goodness, that's deep. Oh, he's on the bottom. He's on the bottom. He's on the bottom.
And this time?
Here.
Yes, let's see. Hello?
It's that thing. It's that thing.
Look, look, look. That is an old nail, a very old nail. Not another nail. It's always nails. There's no way this gave us all those strong beeps we heard when we were out on the boat. Uncle, merci, monsieur. I'm convinced there's still something out there. So we've got to keep digging. What is that? What is that? Could this be the remains of the crates the armour was placed in? Back in the Dordogne, with Brother Ben's help, Tim and Chris have got their new attic suite ready, just in time for the arrival of the first guests, a family from Holland.
Hi, Tim, Michelle. Hi, Anna. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So I'm going to leave you in my wife's capable hands, and she'll show you up to your room.
So I'm gonna take you to the kids' bedroom. It's over here to the left. We've got portable air conditioner in both bedrooms. If it gets really hot, you know, you can just put it on. You all good?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. Yeah. All right. And I'll just show Mom and Dad.
Yeah.
It's just right here.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is your bedroom.
Perfect. What a nice room.
There you go. Thank you very much.
It's really nice.
Thank you very much.
I just have to watch my head.
Well, apparently, the Dutch are the tallest people in the world.
Just for French people.
That's true, and for me too. I'm quite small.
Yeah.
Hey.
How was it?
It's nice.
Do you think they liked it?
They really liked it, yeah.
They,
The dad said it's what he expected it to be, so.
Cool. And they were all right with the beams being up in the attic?
He just needs to.
They're all very tall, aren't they?
As the family settle in, Ben is roped into one final job. Tim and Chris own 23 sheep.
They look more like goats, but they are sheep.
The main problem with having 6.5 acres of land is, and a chateau to renovate and a newborn baby is you have no time to mow lawns. So we got the sheep. We bought 4 sheep. Very quickly, we ended up with a lot of sheep. We sell on the lambs each year to other people that want to do the same thing. We don't take them to the abattoir.
The sheep serve another purpose as well. They're a great attraction for the guests.
The kids love them, and when the guests come and they've all got kids with them, they love the sheep and they feed the sheep and we give them corn.
Yeah, they look very exotic.
Yeah, and we've got a couple that are really, really friendly.
With the guests now here, and before they spot the sheep, Tim will need to give them their worm medicine. And while he's at it, he can tag them too.
Are their horns sharp?
Nah, no sharper than a knife or something.
I don't feel comfortable doing this, but you know, I'm willing to give it a go, I suppose.
All right, if you go in the pen on the left, I'll grab a sheep for you.
Right.
And then throw it over to you. I'll staple its ears and then chop it out. Go for it.
Make it sound so easy.
There, then I'll
OK, show Ben how it's done then, Tim.
Oh, great. There you go.
Oh, I can't get it because your arm's in the way. Oh, God, you said it's not hot. Oh, you said it's like you've got your...
There you go, look. You're all right. Just put your arm around him. There you go.
I thought you said they weren't sharp.
They're not sharp.
Tim, do you want to do it quickly?
Yeah, we'll do. There you go. Just hold him really still so he doesn't move.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever you do, don't drop him.
You make it sound so easy. Oh, for goodness sake.
Let's worm him.
Quickly, then. Look at it. Come on. I'm putting him down.
Right, pop him down.
There you go, fella.
Sheep are pretty hardy creatures. I think it was Ben who came off worse then. Next.
Oh, Christ. Why are you passing it to me like a baby? Look at it, kicks you and everything. Oh, you...
Nice and calm, nice and calm.
I am doing it, Carl. Oh. Oh, Christ! This one's heavier than the last one. You're gonna have to go a lot faster.
Let's just give it some worming.
Yeah, do it.
Hang in there, Ben. There's only 22 more sheep to go.
I don't think I'm cut out for
The good life.
Back in Normandy at Le Vieux Chateau, we've been dredging the lake for more than an hour in search of 20 crates of armour supposedly buried there during the Second World War. We just pulled out some wood. Sadly, it's not the remains of a crate. Next, we find some more metal.
What is that? You're on again, Donna.
Yep.
What have we got there?
A tin can. Oh, I'm getting really disappointed, Dick.
So no luck again. But we're not giving up yet. Donna wants to try digging a little further along the bank.
Personally,
Well, there's...
this is the spot that I probably would like.
Okay.
Only because we got the readings there.
Yeah, we've got readings here.
It's deeper than over there.
It's closer to where the trees are at the edge as well.
Exactly.
Which means...
The original bank is probably closer to this bit than 2 bays along.
The only problem with this spot is there's 6 large trees blocking the digger's route to the lake. But Donna's had an idea.
Est-ce que c'est possible pour la machine tomber les arbres?
They're going to use the digger as a tank.
Whoa! That's one way to get a tree down. It's fantastic. I've never known land clearance done so quickly before in my life. It's quite amazing. Now I'm getting excited again about the next patch in case we find it there. Woo!
Well, he's straight in. Look at that. He's not messing around.
We've been here for 3 hours now, and the digger's got to go back soon, so we're running out of time.
It looks like a piece of wood to me.
Ah, a piece of wood that could be a box. Oh, my God.
This looks very promising.
Get your detector. Let's go in.
Yep.
Let's have a look.
I want to look at that bit of wood.
I know, absolutely.
Is that a bit of wood or is that a bit of... What is it? It's too
very
long.
long.
It's too long for a box. Nothing.
That is definitely man-made, but it's too long for a box.
Do you know what it looks like to me? It looks like a floorboard or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's another disappointment.
No, this is all silt.
OK, brilliant.
OK.
Encore?
Oui, encore, s'il vous plaît. C'est possible?
D'accord.
Merci.
The digger has to go. He's going in for one more dig, so it's now or never.
Oh, come on, please.
That's quite deep.
But it's just another pile of silt. Sadly, it's time to admit defeat. But ever the optimist, there's no way Donna's giving up for good.
I think what's happened is, over time, over 77 years, the water has eroded the bank, and so the natural bank would have been much further in the lake.
And if they've thrown it in, it's outside our reach.
And it's outside of the reach of a digger like this. So the only way to find it would be to drain the lake. It's quite a big job.
It's not a small job.
What's more, if you want to drain a lake, you need a permit. And here in France, that could take a year to be approved. Maybe even longer.
Don, I don't know what to say. I'm gutted for you. I'm gutted for we haven't actually found it. Yeah.
I am too. I won't give up.
I know you
It
won't.
might take a few years.
Let me know and make sure I get a call because when it gets drained, I want to be here.
Absolutely.
I am so sad for Donna. She believes there is treasure in the lake. I believe there's treasure in the lake. One thing that's really encouraging is she's not giving up. There's French bureaucracy to fight now because she wants to drain her lake and get in and have a good look around. I'm expecting a phone call out of the blue in the future that says, Dick, I've drained the lake, come and help me find my treasure. And she will find it.
Good luck, Donna. Hopefully you'll be calling me. I'm convinced, and I'd hate to miss the adventure. Owning a chateau can be a money pit. With all the land that usually comes with them, a great way to save or earn some extra cash is to own livestock. Whether they're to keep the grass cut, entertain the guests, or be a source of food, they can bring financial gains not to be laughed at. We regularly get eggs and meat from our chickens, and today we've got 200 kilos of pork from our pigs. First, I need to preserve the hams, with the help of our friend, Brett.
I'm going to put it in first like that.
10 kilos of salt.
Packing them in a mixture of salt, sugar, peppercorns and bay leaves draws out the moisture and gives them flavour.
Every day, I will open these out. I'll rub the salt all over them, turn them over, just until we extract all the juices.
I'll do this for the next 2 weeks.
After that, they come out, get wrapped up in muslin, hung up, then we wait.
After this curing, the ham should be dried and ready to eat in about 6 months. With the help of my mother-in-law, Jenny, Brett and I chop, dice and slice the rest of the meat. It's always been important for me to know where my food comes from.
When it comes to people eating this, we know everything. We know the parents of the weaners that we got. We know the food we've put into them. We know the attention they've had. We know how they were dispatched. And I think too often now we just go and buy and trust. And I must admit, I like knowing about my food. And it's going to taste great. That's the other very important thing. Right, let's go out and get them in the freezer.
350 miles roughly south of us, Tim and his brother Ben are dealing with their livestock, which they keep not for the meat, but to entertain the guests and to keep the grass cut. They've just finished tagging them.
Bye. I'm covered in, I don't know, poo. My T-shirt is ruined.
Your shorts are a bit messy anyway.
I feel like I've been beaten up, mugged. I'm happy to help, but I'm not doing this one again. I'll carry your furniture, paint, decorate, whatever. But this manual handling sheep thing, I can't do that.
You're embracing rural life. For your first time tagging, that went all right.
Honest to God.
No casualties apart from ourselves. Let's go get cleaned up.
There is no rest for Tim. He's got to get back to the chateau to prepare dinner for the newly arrived guests.
Everyone's eating?
Yeah, 5 adult meals and 3 adult meals.
No
from
kids'
the other
food?
bedroom. No kids' food.
Oh, all right,
yeah.
that's good.
So it's down to the veg patch and greenhouse to grab some vegetables. In the middle of spring, a surprise frost killed off almost the entire crop. They cut out all the dead stuff, gave it a good water, and prayed a little. So did it recover?
I'm relieved that we've got stuff to give them. I thought we'd lose everything, to be honest. I think we've got enough food to put together a decent dinner for them.
It looks like a great crop to me. Tim is a chef by trade, and so at Chateau Montiel, it stands to reason he's the head chef here too.
These are the cucumbers out of the garden. I'm just going to soften them up in a bit of pickle in solution, stuff them, roll them up, and they'll just be a garnish for the smoked trout. And it's just a little bit of citrus mayonnaise just to finish it off.
And then it's taken out to the table. What did the guests think?
The side of the food's really nice. It's done very professionally. One of the families taking pictures of it. So cool.
The food is lovely. It's being served very nicely. But it was really nice that we saw the vegetables from the garden being carried upstairs to the kitchen and then being served at your table is really nice.
It's a hit. Well done, Tim and Chris.
I think it went brilliantly, didn't it? I think everyone had a great time. Ate all their food, enjoyed it. Happy customers, happy B&B owners.
All the hard work.
It's a win-win situation.
It's all worthwhile.
It's all worthwhile.
After a difficult start to the year, with baby Owen's early arrival putting them behind in their renovations, they've turned things around and successfully launched their new accommodation.
It's been a long journey. We've had our ups and downs, lots and lots of downs, but seeing what we've done, it's all worth it.
It's an amazing roller coaster journey that takes a hell of a lot out of you, but gives you so much back. It's an absolute adventure.
We've got income from doing the B&B in the chateau. It's great. It's such a good feeling. I think the decision to renovate the chateau, all of that hard work, it's all been worth it.
We're setting the kids up, aren't we, with an amazing future for themselves as well. You know, our hard work will benefit them and hopefully their kids, and it looks like it's going to be a great success.
Yeah.
Seems their hearts belong to Chateau Montiel. Here's to Tim, Chris and little Owen.
It's a brilliant life. The weather's good and the wine's cheap and the food's delicious.
I couldn't agree more about the food. It's one of the best things about France. At our place, of the 200 kilos of pork, I've reserved 4 kilos to turn into one of my favourite foods, salami. We minced it up and added some salt.
And I thought what we'd do with this batch, just to start off with, we just make some pepper salamis.
Seeing as she's working so hard, we'll name this batch in honour of my mother-in-law.
These are called Jennifer's salamis. Yeah? It's a very tactile thing, sausages. Sausages always make me laugh. There's not a thing about making sausages that I don't find humorous.
Okay, so now you can put your skin on.
With the help of Brett's sausage maker, we push the meat through a hole and into the sausage skins.
Yeah. Now, when you do salamis, we have to determine before we start how long a salami you want.
Well,
It's a Jennifer salami.
I'd say 10 inches.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not saying a single thing. Not too slowly, not too slowly, not too slowly.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
You move to the country. That's what country girls do. Where do you think they get their entertainment? Those. They're nice. They're going to be very, very rustic.
Yeah, have you noticed they're getting bigger as the night goes on?
I'm not saying anything. We'll just let that.
That's a king of salamis.
It is, isn't it? It's nice.
We've made 10 sausages. We now need to dry them for at least 4 weeks, and then they're ready to eat.
Not bad for a first tranche, and there's more to come.
As your daughter would say, voila.
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 Next time, we meet a whole new batch of intrepid owners dealing with their chateaux. A trio of chateau rookies try to fix one of the chimneys.
But it's not supposed to be coming out the sides, is it? I wonder why it's doing that.
Without much success.
They managed to get through into the chimney breast, but it's the wrong one.
The owners of a luxury chateau hotel embark on a mission to win over the locals.
Lots of anti-us in the press. We had protesters, all sorts.
But their efforts to drum up much-needed business don't go to plan.
Only 8 people here. There's more suppliers and more staff than there are customers.
When a family deals with this influx of flies,
So we get this treatment done twice a year.
things go awry. And at our fairy tale chateau, I get down and dirty building an outdoor toilet.
Never mind fancy gyms. Build a compost loo.